Two Ottawa County jailers are accused of providing contraband to an inmate.
A petition to remove or repair the dam at Limekiln Park in Neosho was circulating following the death of two people in Shoal Creek. I'm Zach Dodge with the story.
The four states' most watched news starts now.
Ottawa County, Oklahoma investigators say two jail detention officers snuck contraband into the jail for an inmate. This is KOIM News at 6. Authorities say officers Cody Redden and Justin Hayworth would check drop spots at the jail to pick up drugs and deliver them to inmate Ethan Combs. Combs is one of four other people charged in the case. The other three are Jose Reyes, Jalea Bendur, and Jahir Gonzalez. Bendur and Gonzalez have not been found. Authorities say Combs used the jail's video messaging service to contact the other suspects to get the drugs and drop them off for the jailers to pick up. Someone set a fire at the Purcell City Hall. The Jasper County Sheriff says it happened early this morning. The fire was contained to a small drop box outside the building. There was just minimal damage. A witness might help point investigators toward a suspect.
So the text I got, all they said is that it was a person of medium build, long hair, in a red car. And that's all they said. And they wanted to remain anonymous, and they signed each text with best regards, a concerned citizen.
At last report, police had not made an arrest in that case. A Broken Arrow, Oklahoma woman is dead following a crash at US 28 in Mays County. The Oklahoma Highway Patrol says Leah Hendricks was going east on 28 when she failed to stop at a stop sign and hit an oncoming vehicle. Hendricks died at the scene. The driver of the other vehicle was taken to the hospital and later released. Doug Heddy joins us now with a first look at the weather on what's been a pretty nice day, Doug.
Yeah, it's turned out to be a great Thursday for us today. Temperature is fantastic after it's been a little chilly. It was a very chilly Memorial weekend. Now we're starting to warm back up just a little bit. Partly cloudy skies. We do have some cumulus clouds out there, and we have had a few isolated random little pop-up showers and thunder showers. Most of us dry. These, whichever are out there, these will really diminish once we lose the heating of the day over the next couple hours. But besides that, we look pretty good. Not too much going on. Temps great. 80 in Nevada, 78 in Monette. We have Grove sitting at 79, Pittsburgh 79, a little bit warmer. Chanute sitting at 82. We'll slide back through the 70s, 60s. Eventually, most of us will bottom out 58 to about 60 degrees later on tonight. We are going to start to warm back up over the next few days, but also some rain chances. We'll look at that here in a bit.
All right, we'll see you then. Thanks, Doug. Some four-staters circulate a petition to remove Limekiln Dam in Newton County, and it's starting to gain steam following the drownings of two people in the same area. KOIM's Zach Dodge has details and why the petition may be irrelevant as the city works on a solution.
A stray bottle circulates, stuck in a seemingly endless loop at Limekiln Dam.
During high flood events, there can often be a backflow that's created at the base of the dam that can be hazardous at times.
That backflow is why some are calling for the dam's removal. A petition started this week calls for the dam to be fixed or removed, saying it's a death trap for swimmers, like Kaylin Brown and Trevor Hicks, who drowned in the creek last week. It also points out a lack of signs warning swimmers at the access point. This sign is present, warning of the backflow, but no signs telling people not to swim. We asked the Department of Conservation why.
Swimming's already prohibited at all the department accesses.
We also spoke to the Neosho city manager, who says there is already a project in the works that will, in the long run, make that area safer.
We've completed phase 1 of the project.
Water from the dam currently provides 85% of the city's water, so removing it isn't an option. Instead, since 2019, the city has been working with several state and national agencies to turn the dam into a rocky ramp dam, adding rocks and stones to basically fill in the drop-off so it's a more gradual change in depth.
I would absolutely think it would make it a lot more safer for those canoers and things like that going from upstream to downstream.
At the last city council meeting, the city approved an engineering agreement for the construction phase of the project, but they're not sure yet how long it will be before the project is complete. In Neosho, Zach Dodge, KOAM News.
Project will cost around $500,000. Kennedy says that cost will be covered by grants. Liberty Utilities is asking for a rate increase. Filed a request with the Public Service Commission late last month. They're looking to increase their revenue by $80 million annually, and now time is running out for you to weigh in on that request. The PSC has set a deadline for those wishing to intervene and participate in the rate case. That deadline is June 22nd. If you wish to comment or intervene, just go to the Public Service Commission website. We put a link to it in this story on our website. Of course, that's KOAMnewsnow.com. Still ahead, it's official. The Joplin Airport now flies to 3 destinations thanks to a new partnership. We're going to show you today's welcome for United and SkyWest Airlines. And later, how Missouri lawmakers are working to honor the life of Captain David Dorn, who was killed during riots in St. Louis last year.
And soon.
3 new flights took off today from the Joplin Regional Airport as part of the city's new air service. City officials welcomed the first plane today with water cannons. United Express and SkyWest Airlines are offering daily flights to and from Chicago, Denver, and Houston. The new air service is a result of an award by the U.S. Department of Transportation.
Stepped proposal for 3 years, and every year the subsidy goes down. So we anticipate that by the time we get to year 3, that there will no longer need to be a subsidy. And I think that's what the airline is considering, and that's obviously what we want to, our goal and our emphasis will be.
The flight welcome today came from Chicago. As the Catholic Diocese of Wichita seeks sainthood for Father Emil Capon, believers today began an annual pilgrimage in memory and honor of the Army chaplain who died as a prisoner of war in Korea in May of 1951. Reporter Haley Tucker has that story.
A journey to remember Catholic priest and Army chaplain Father Emil Capon, who was on the path to sainthood.
The wonderful pilgrimage of hopefully that Father Capon becomes a saint. And we're really looking forward to that, supporting that.
To remember the things that he did during the Korean War to assist the troops that he served, and the actions that will hopefully show that he is worthy of canonization as a saint in the Catholic Church.
The journey for these pilgrims is about 60 miles, starting at the Church of the Magdalene in Wichita and heading north. The group of over 300 will make a couple stops over their 4-day journey until they reach Father Capon's hometown of Pilsen, Kansas. And as these pilgrims walk 60 miles to Father Capon's hometown, they say it's not about the miles they walked. It's about remembering what Father Capon did.
They made him walk, 20 miles a day for 3 weeks, and I thought, surely I can do something. Surely I can do something to enter into that and kind of commune with him, kind of walk with him and journey in kind of a pilgrimage of prayer.
For decades, Father Capon's remains were unknown. And now that they've been identified, Capon's family says,
I never anticipated this ever happening in my lifetime. And I don't think anybody else did either. I mean, like I always told people, if the Pope would have called me up and said, we just declared him a saint, I'd have been less surprised in what this actually was.
And those who walk stop for daily mass and confession, and to remember some of Father Capon's life, and each say they do it to discover the true meaning of their own journeys.
Volunteers will be transporting camping gear to stop along the walk, and meals are provided. Later, a Kansas City pastor turns over a video to the Missouri Highway Patrol that he hopes will reveal some truth in the shooting death of Malcolm Johnson.
Plus, we're going to start to warm back up as we go through the next few days. We're going to look at that coming up next. Well, it turned out to be a pretty good day for us today. Temperatures not bad. Most of us upper 70s to near 80 degrees after it's been kind of chilly, at least for late May, early June over the past week or so. Also, allergies kind of high on a scale of 1 to 10. Today is a 7 out of 10. Tomorrow is also going to be a 7 out of 10. This is mainly the grass allergies, also the tree allergies across the region. Temps still pretty good. Nice evening, 78 in Anderson, 78 in Lamar. Monette, much of the same. Miami sitting at 79, near 80 in Pittsburgh. And then you jump into lower 80s once you get into our farther western counties. Also, the humidity is pretty good right now, but these are our dew points. They're going to start to creep up as we go through the next few days. You can see our dew points sitting kind of in the upper 50s to lower 60s, which puts us in that pleasant to not bad range, but we're going to get up into the sticky and muggy range by the time we head into next week, just not right now. Looks pretty good. A few little cumulus clouds out there. We're looking off toward the south and to the west. Currently 77, winds pretty much calm, humidity is at 54%. Through the evening hours, we'll slide back through the 70s, 60s, eventually near 60 later on tonight, so it's going to be a pretty good night. But again, not too much going on outside. We've had a few spotty, little isolated thunder showers. I would say 98% of us have stayed dry throughout the day, and any of these that have popped up are going to continue to diminish over the next couple hours as we lose the heating of the day. So most of the rain down to our south across parts of Texas, as we have a weak little upper level low right across western Texas, and then you can see this huge ridge of high pressure out to our west. We're going to be affected by this over the next few days, and then we'll get under this ridge, and that's what's really going to help our temps warm up as we go through the next several days. Let's go through time as we go into the weekend. You can see this little low kind of starts to work into northern Texas and then eventually out through parts of Oklahoma, Arkansas, and this brings up the Gulf of Mexico moisture, giving us afternoon showers and thunderstorms just about each day. So here's Sunday, much of the same on Monday. Into Tuesday, it kind of passes on by, and then we get another wave that kind of skirts across the northern parts of the plains, and that just keeps our chances for showers and thunderstorms around as we go through just about each and every day next week. Some of the storms could be a little bit on the strong side. These aren't classic severe weather setups. Heat increases as well as we're going to warm through the 80s over the next several days. Let's break it down for you tonight. We'll drop back near 60. It looks pretty good. We'll start out plenty of sunshine for us on Friday. We get the cumulus clouds during the afternoon. And again, you can see a few hit and miss spotty little storms. We'll start at 58, 76 by noon, high temp right around 81 during the afternoon. Tomorrow night, we drop back into lower 60s, and then let's go into Saturday. Saturday looks pretty good as well. We'll get these spotty afternoon thunderstorms once again. So these are going to be very hit and miss the next 2 days. They increase a little bit by Sunday, but I really think most of the weekend looks pretty good. Much warmer than what we had last weekend. 81 tomorrow, 83 Saturday, 82 on Sunday, and then we warm through the 80s, push 90 by next Thursday. Also tonight at 10, we'll have the month-long forecast.
Looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Thanks, Chuck. Still ahead, honoring the life of Captain David Dorn.
Shirt off his bag. He loved with his whole heart.
Family, friends gather on the anniversary of Captain Dorn's death 1 year after he was killed by looters during riots in St. Louis. Tonight, we hear how state lawmakers are looking to memorialize Dorn and how a community is working to heal. A memorial in St. Louis honored the memory of David Dorn, a former police captain who was killed by looters last year. Reporter Emma Hogg has that story.
To lay your life on the line for a friend is the ultimate sacrifice and the greatest gift you can give somebody. That was David.
1 year without her husband, Ann Dorn reflects on the impact her selfless partner made on thousands. Friends, family, and co-workers gathering today at the World's Fair Pavilion in Forest Park to honor Captain David Dorn.
It's so uplifting that his life really meant so much to so many people.
He would give you the shirt off his bag. He loved with his whole heart.
Dorn's daughter, Larissa Holmes, believes St. Louis was safer because of her dad, who served nearly 40 years with the St. Louis City Police Department before becoming the chief at Moline Acres. During days of violent protests, rioters also burned down this 7-Eleven near 17th and Pine Street, leaving dozens out of a job and a vacant plot of land now for sale.
It was very devastating. Like, the city is very different now.
I felt horrible for Everyone.
Boarded up storefronts that week couldn't keep rioters from wreaking havoc on Washington Avenue. Nicole Reed manages Bella's Frozen Yogurt and says extensive damage closed her shop for a month. But a year later, Reed says business is better than ever.
It was sad that everything happened, but the results of it in the end has been wonderful.
And communities are continuing to push for change. Local lawmakers are working to have 3 roads named after Captain Dorn. The first, a portion of Martin Luther King Drive, as well as a section of Highway 70 and St. Charles Rock Road.
And the police are not your enemy. The police are there to protect you.
Tonight, Dorn's widow says healing only happens when our city comes together.
I want everybody to know that, Dave was a black man, and all Black lives matter. All of them. It doesn't matter who kills them. And until we get that agenda that every single life on this planet matters, and there's more respect for each other, we can get along. Just love one another.
Local leaders said Dorn's street signs should be posted by midsummer. Some faith leaders in Kansas City are calling on the State Highway Patrol to carefully review surveillance video in the fatal shooting of an assault suspect. They turned it over to the Highway Patrol today. Malcolm Johnson was shot and killed by Kansas City police officers during an attempted arrest inside a gas station in March. The Highway Patrol maintains that Johnson shot an officer in the leg and officers returned fire. Pastor Darren Edwards disputes that claim, calling the shooting an execution. That's unclear in the video, but Edwards hopes it will contribute to a fair and just investigation.
A process of compassion, a process that will get to the right outcomes based upon the process of which we've heard.
According to the Missouri Highway Patrol, the case is still under investigation and has not been handed over to the Jackson County prosecutor yet. Investigators say they do have other videos from the scene and plan to be as transparent as possible moving forward. Final check on the weather is next. Take time now to honor a local veteran, Sergeant Rick Bates. The Joplin native served in the U.S. Army, and we are proud to salute Sergeant Rick Bates. He's tonight's 4th-state hero. You can learn about hundreds of other heroes from all across this area. You can even search for them by specific hometowns. It's very simple to do. You just click on the link on our website. You see it there, KOAMNewsNow.com. Jordan Abbey joins us now with a look at what's coming up tonight on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14.
Tonight at 9, going to hear about a new study that shows how many workers would consider quitting their jobs if they couldn't work from home. Plus, a new Statue of Liberty is coming to the United States, and a driver is blaming Waze after he ended up stuck on a golf course. That, of course, much more coming your way tonight. KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14.
Jordan, thanks. In China, this group of elephants is causing a stir as the group moves ever closer toward a densely populated city. These 15 elephants have been on a 500-kilometer journey since straying from their natural habitat. No one's quite sure just why they're on the move, and though many are fascinated with the herd, it's not been without its headaches. The animals have caused a lot of damage along the way, including eating entire fields of corn and smashing up barns. So if you're in that area, watch for the elephant crossing signs, I guess.
Well, they're not small animals.
No, and I'm sure they can leave a mess in more ways than one.
Yes, very true. All right, for us tonight, we look pretty good, pretty much clear skies. We'll drop back 58, 60 degrees. 81 tomorrow. We could get a random isolated afternoon thunderstorm, 83 on Saturday. Better chances for pop-up thunderstorms over the weekend.
Thanks, Doug. And thank you for joining us. We'll see you right back here at 10. In the meantime, let's take care of ourselves and each other and make it a great evening.